Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you another Sims 3 tutorial. Now this is actually a repeat tutorial. I did upload a video about this already, but it was combined with a video about how to do open grocery stores in The Sims 3. So I thought it would be good to just kind of split them up so that you didn't have to watch a video about grocery stores if you didn't want to do that. So this is going to be how you can build a functional restaurant in The Sims 3 not using any of the store content. Screw the store content. I do not like it. It's overpriced. We don't want that in our game. I want some of it in my game, but not that one in particular. So this is going to be using some mods. Everything that I use will be linked in the description below. Now, if you did watch my other video, you could still stick around because there is some other tips that I have now that I did not talk about before. So I have just this little restaurant that I built here. It's in a world that I'm building that I have shown before for my apartments tutorial. And it's taken me a long time to build it, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. But I will say, I think it's a really cute little restaurant. And yeah, it's completely functional. So your Sims will go in, they'll have a waiter, they'll be seated. I mean, I put some stuff in the beginning probably, so you'll probably have already seen kind of how that works. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm going to give you a few tips when you're on building your restaurant first and foremost. This is using a mod called the Eat Outside mod. Your tables don't need to be outside. They'll eat anywhere on the lot that there's tables, and that's how you kind of have Sims eating inside, even though it says eat outside. So when you click on the rabbit hole rug, which I have covered up with a regular rug, and this is all going to be down below, and I'll explain this further in a second, it'll say eat outside, but I just wanted to stress that first. When you're building your restaurant, it can be inside. The Sims will sit at the table as one of my Sims already is, and they're eating. And they'll go upstairs even, so they can use stairs, they can do all that fun stuff. And you can have tables outside as well, and those will work just the same. So I didn't want anyone to get confused about that. The other thing about building your restaurant is you can put like bars and bakery things. There's no one assigned to this right now, so I can't use it. You can put all those in and it'll function just the same. There'll just be more ways to get food and it'll be even more exciting. So what you will need for this restaurant to work is you will need the mod that is Eat Outside Anywhere, which I will link down below. I think that's what it's called. I can't honestly even remember. And you will need rabbit hole rugs. So I've already placed a rabbit hole rug and I've covered it up here, and I will link those down below as well. You'll just grab the diner rabbit hole rug. You can hide it underneath another rug. If you think it's ugly, you can just create a stylet to kind of match the floor a little bit. So what I like to do when I'm building my restaurant is I like to make like a fake kitchen that I just sort of black out. I can't remember if I used a room hider or hidden room marker or not on this. I might have just used create a style to make it completely black, just to make it look like there's like, you know, a kitchen in the restaurant, but I don't feel like building it. And if you do build a kitchen in your restaurant, Sims will go in there and they'll get stuff out of the fridge and it's a whole mess. So I like to just pretend there is one. And then you could even put the rabbit hole rug right in front of that, and then the waiters will kind of disappear into that, because the waiters will still disappear into this like it's a rabbit hole, as will other Sims. But I'm going to show you how we can get around that a little bit. So the one thing that you want to remember to do is I already have waiters in here. One of them is not assigned because, like I said, this is a town that's in progress. There's not very many Sims to pick from at the moment. But you'll click waiter and then hire on your rabbit hole rug. And once usually the game will just automatically find a waiter for you. So you don't really need to worry about assigning it yourself unless you're playing in a town that's like completely nuked and there's no Sims available. But it'll usually assign someone, or it'll create a Sim specifically for that. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. You'll just click waiter, hire. As you can see, it says waiter 3, but it's not going to get assigned because of the town that I'm playing in. And that is pretty much it. After you've done that and your waiter spawns in, it might take a minute. You can click eat outside, eat alone, or eat with others. And when the Sims eat outside, they'll actually just come and sit down at one of these tables, and the waiter will be the one that disappears into the rabbit hole, brings out the food. And you'll get to pick what food you want. And also using this mod, you can click on this and do available foods, and then you can go through the list of all the different foods in the game. So that way you can have different themed restaurants. Like if you want an Italian restaurant, you can go through and say, I don't want this, I want that. Like, you know what I mean? I don't do that because I'm too lazy to build that many restaurants in my world. I want one where they can go get everything, but it does make a lot of sense, especially since you have some fancier restaurants and then some dumpier ones. So that's something you could do. Other mods that I would recommend are NROS Register. That will let you assign other Sims to be waiters. So if you want a playable Sim to be a waiter, you can assign them to do that, and then yeah, they'll be a waiter. The thing with that is though that the shifts usually last when you do the start time and end time. It's 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. so it's a 24-hour job. I've tried to edit it. It's kind of glitchy. Sometimes it works and you can change the times. Sometimes it doesn't work. I don't really know what that's all about. But you could experiment with that. Sometimes it has worked for me in the past. So with all that explaining out of the way, I will show you how this works. You will just click eat outside, and we can click eat with others, and we'll have them go ahead and eat together since that's kind of weather. Even though he's already eating, I needed some footage for the intro. So we're gonna have them. Oh, they're sitting at different tables this time. Usually they'll sit at the same table. I think because he was already sitting down, they're sitting at different tables, but it'll work just the same. It's a little weird that happened. And yeah, you can pick from this list. Of course, like I said, you can go through the rabbit hole rug and choose what food you want to be available. I have everything available. So we can have spaghetti and a Cuban sandwich. Sure, that sounds awesome. And what will happen is the waiter is going to disappear into the rabbit hole rug. Now, as you can see, when you build a really cramped restaurant like the one I have, and you have some of this weird stuff going on with the foundation, they can get a little weird with the routing. That doesn't usually happen if you have a nice open space. I would rather have a cute little restaurant than it be completely functional, to be honest. So I sacrificed that, but he's going to disappear right into that. And that's why it's kind of good to put it near like the fake kitchen if you want it to look like they're going into the kitchen and then coming out with the food. I didn't do that this time because I wanted this bar, but you could definitely do that, and that's kind of what I was talking about. And a little time will pass, and then he's going to come out with the food. And then he's going to do weird stuff because of the way that my lot is built, but I promise they route normally on a good lot. And then they get their food, and yeah, that's really all there is to it. It just works like a regular restaurant. It's great for like dates. You can take as many people as you want, so you could have a big ass family meal. Obviously it's not the same as Sims 2 restaurants because you can't really run it. Now what you could do is buy the rabbit hole rug, or like invest in the rabbit hole. You know, you can do that in this game, and then maybe just assign your family members to be the waiters. I wouldn't do that. I don't think it's going to be that functional or that fun to play. But yeah, that is pretty much all there is to this. It's extremely simple to set up. Like I said, download Rabbit Hole Rugs, download the other mods that I've listed. You don't need register if you don't want to do that. And then you just have to place the rabbit hole rug in your restaurant. Make sure you have tables for eating. Another thing that I will note that I did not note, I don't believe I noted in my original, is I tried to make a 50s diner type of deal with some booths. The booths do not work with this. So if you have, I think it's Supernatural where the booths came, you cannot use those for this. They will not be seated. It doesn't work with bar seating either, so there is no getting seated at a bar if you have bar stools. You kind of just have to use tables. And that's another thing right there. I don't know if you saw Riley just come out of there. Other Sims can still use this rabbit hole rug. Now, it is possible to jump in here and use debug enabler to enable and disable interactions. So if you wanted to mess with this, you could try to. The issue being that I don't know how to do all that. And I don't want to screw up this object. Like if I disable autonomous, like I don't know what that just did. I don't know what I just did. So I wouldn't mess around with that. I'm sure it's possible to figure out a way to make it so Sims stop using it, except for eating outside. I haven't figured out how to do that, but that is just something to note. If you have NROS debug enabler, go ahead and try it out and let me know what you find out, because I'm interested in getting that to stop as well. But yeah, that was pretty much all there is to this tutorial. It's extremely simple. It doesn't take very long to do, and it doesn't take a genius to figure anything out. But if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. I'll try to put a little bit of like a abbreviated version of this whole entire tutorial in the description as well, in case you're too lazy to watch the whole entire video. But yeah, that's all that I have for you today. I hope that this video was helpful for anyone that is trying to set up fun restaurants in The Sims 3. Maybe they don't like the way that the store set works, because I certainly don't. And that's why I wanted to do this. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed the video, subscribe for more. I have some extra Sims 3 videos coming up soon that I'm really excited about, one of which is going to be a functional hospital video, and I'm really, really excited for that. I also have a couple other tutorials that I'm not going to say what they are yet, because I don't know how long it's going to take me to make them, and I don't want to make too many promises here, but the hospital video will be coming hopefully before the end of February. I do have a full-time job, so it's hard for me to make too many videos and to build a giant-ass hospital in The Sims, so that might take me a minute, but it should be coming by the end of February. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.